Wait, I'm not ready. Very sorry.
Okay. So, Nguyen, how are you feeling?
I think it's my feelings is showing on my face, so
Right.
I'm quite nervous.
Is there anything I can do to make you less nervous?
Probably turn off the camera.
Not gonna happen.
You're not helping.
Okay, so let's start with the test, yeah?
Okay.
Now, this is just a mock test, not a real test.
I know.
So, I will try not to be too formal, okay? Let's first ask you some questions about yourself, okay? So first, can you tell me your full name?
My full name is Nguyen.
Okay. And okay, so Nguyen, today I will ask you some questions for the topic of free time. Okay.
Okay.
So what do you often do in your free time?
Well, typically, when on school days, I will go to school waking up at about 9 o'clock because my schedule is on. My schedule started at 2 o'clock. So after going to
The first impression, Nguyen, is that your pronunciation is really good. Okay, you have a good control of the language. Okay, you don't seem to be rushing when you think. All the different little pauses you make to think of ideas, we call it content related hesitation. Okay, tức là khi chúng ta dừng để nghĩ là chúng ta vì chúng ta thiếu ý chứ không phải là chúng ta thiếu từ. Thì đấy là một điểm rất bình thường. Even native speakers do it all the time. Okay?
school, I'll have my task at school done. And
Have my tasks at school done or finish some of my tasks at school. We often say some of my. Yeah, we connect the M. We often finish some of my tasks at school,
and probably hang out with my friend after school.
or afterwards.
Okay. Would you say that you are somebody who have an exciting routine of every day?
Well, probably if you know how to make it exciting. I know some friends of mine have a very interesting schedule. They're waking up really early and see the sunset every day. Although,
Not although.
well, sometimes a friend of mine also writes some poems and she plays some
The friend of mine sounds a bit like a bit too long. Just say they, yeah? Sometimes they
guitar and have a very close interaction with animals.
close connection to animals, yeah? They often surround themselves with animals and things like that.
So I think that is a really cool lifestyle to be adapted.
Okay, now but it's a little bit off topic because the question is about you, not your friends, right? So first you should say, is your lifestyle interesting? So you could say, I don't actually think so, because my life is actually pretty boring compared to some of my friends who have much more interesting lifestyle. And then you talk about them. Yeah. So the transition, cái sự liên kết từ các ý nó sẽ hợp lý hơn. The organization of the ideas needs to be a little bit better here. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Now, on that note, let's talk a little bit about animals.
Oh, okay.
So, where can we see animals in our country?
Well, about wild animals, probably they can only be seen in the zoo. So I think that in my country, in Vietnam, we don't actually see many animals in the cities. But if you go to the mountainous areas or to the forest, you might see some kind of wild pigs or some kind of elephants, maybe.
Yeah. Good use of examples.
For me, I have not seen those recently.
Okay. For me, or we can say personally, yeah. Personally, I have not seen any of them, up close. Yeah. But surely in the future, I would love to. Yeah.
Well, I always see them in the zoos.
Always see them in the zoos. Yeah. Or sometimes we can explain this by giving a reason why we mostly see them in zoos. Maybe because the extra curricular activity of your school doesn't have a lot of field trips to these places. Huh? Mostly they take you to museums and such, where you don't really have an opportunity to see any animals. Okay? So that could be a way to expand your ideas a bit more. Now let's keep going.
Okay. When was the last time you went to a zoo?
Well, the most recent time I have gotten to the zoo was probably about a few years ago.
Yeah, it's probably about like I'd say 2 years ago.
I think that I do not have a very close contact with the wildlife
Mm-hmm.
because, like, um, it's not like I am scared of them, but it's just I don't feel really comfortable around them.
So I don't have a particular fondness, okay, uh, towards wildlife.
Right.
Because I think that just a personal intrusive thought of me told me that they are not really friendly.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about my way of thinking, but sometimes I just feel like there can be a little bit dangerous, okay? Who always look to attack me or something. Huh?
Okay. Is there any particular animal that you're afraid of the most?
Well, actually, I afraid of most insects and some kind of mouses and mice. Sorry.
Yeah.
Wild animal I scare most of them like
As for in terms of wild animals, okay, I would say that snakes or something are the scariest.
tigers, elephants, or even lions.
Okay, thank you. So that's the end of part one.
Okay.
Let's move on to part two. And as you know, part two is about describing a time when you were ill.
Okay.
So I'll give you 1 minute to prepare for your answers and 2 minutes to speak about this topic. Okay? 1 minute starts now.
Okay, we can skip the reading now.
Now,
There was one time that I was ill because of the food poison. It was
We call it food poisoning, yeah, not poison. Okay.
quite serious to me. Well, I have never had that such a bad food poison like that.
I have never had to suffer from such a serious or bad, terrible food poisoning like that before. Okay? So we always look for different words to replace the word bad. Yeah. Or we change it up a bit. So you could say horrible, terrible, serious, severe. Okay.
Well, it was on a vacation to Hạ Long Bay to Quảng Ninh. Yeah, I told you. But
Along by Quảng Ninh. Now imagine I'm a foreigner. I may not know where Quảng Ninh is. So it's your job to explain it to me. So you could say, which is a popular tourist destination, yeah, or a tourist area, okay, in, I don't know, 140 kilometers away from the capital of Hanoi, something like that. Okay?
I think that the reason is because I ate too much seafood, clams, for particularly. The symptoms were I have immense pain in my stomach and I sweating a lot with
I was sweating a lot.
my headache really seriously.
Serious, not lean, serious.
It was really
Or in English, we often say my head was pounding. Pounding means it's really hurting a lot. Okay? Pounding. Pound. Okay, pound.
annoying and it probably ruined my vacation. I felt really bad. So I drank some medicine and I drank a lot of water. After that, I
Should be I drank. Okay, no, I drunk. Okay. Past tense is drank.
just take a rest. Um,
Yeah, so after that, I decided to take a rest. And then what happened? Yeah, so what you need in your story is a little bit of a linking word to help you move on from one idea to the next. Okay,
I think that nobody expects to have such bad poison, food poison, in
A bad experience, food poisoning like that,
such vacations. So
particularly, right, or especially on your vacation.
the next morning, I woke up and I tried to eat a lot of food because I felt regret because I didn't eat anything the other night.
The other night or the day before, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the night
So
before.
um, after having some food,
Okay, the speaking speed has slowed down a little bit. Yeah, this is an area we can work on to speak a little bit faster. In the next morning, sometimes keep it simple.
I felt much better, but still have my headache. After I returned to Hanoi, well, I slept for like 2 hours.
Okay, what I noticed, the reason you lack ideas is because you only talk about yourself. When you're sick, especially because you're a student, always talk about the reaction of other people. So what happened to your parents? What did they do? You can say, oh, my mom was in such a panic mode, She was, yeah, running around, screaming for help or asking for help, right? She even went to I don't know, the drugstore, yeah, trying to buy some medicine for me to take so that the food poisoning can, go away, right? Okay, talk about other people. Don't just talk about yourself.
And then I have my dinner. So things getting better
Things were getting better, so problem with tenses.
that night when I really have a good sleep.
Mhm.
And I think that it really cured my pain.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, it's really cute. Okay, I'll give you a sample like this. Yeah. So today I'm gonna talk about, a very serious incident that I had of food poisoning. Okay, and at first it was on a trip to Hạ Long Bay in Quảng Ninh, which is obviously one of the biggest or most popular tourist destination in Vietnam. Yeah. We went to a restaurant, and after that, I was eating a lot of seafood that night. I remember. Uh, and then suddenly, when I got to my hotel room, I was having a very serious stomach ache. Okay. Uh, and At first, I thought it would just go away really quickly, but then the pain just kept growing. Okay. And I was in so much pain, in agony. Okay. Agony with so much pain. Uh, and well, so I told my parents this, and they looked at me. My mom, I remember she was kind of panicking a little bit. She was running around asking for help. She even went to the drugstore to buy some medicine for me, right? And eventually, the next day, right, my illness or food poisoning situation it was over, right? I started feeling a lot of better, and my family decided that it was the end of our trip, so we went back home. Just so after that, linking words like this. Yeah? Went back home, and hopefully everything's over now. If I were to have a serious situation like that again, I would probably go to the hospital. Okay, something like that.
Minutes. So, what have you learned from this experience?
I've learned that due to the fact that I didn't travel a lot,
Mm.
I have some kind of exhaustion
Uh,
caused by traveling to another destination.
Right.
So I think it's a particular it
Em ơi.
is a main reason that after, the main reason is that I ate a bit too much seafood, which my body cannot probably consume.
Consume, yeah. Consumption is the noun. Because I was eating too much food that my body couldn't process, okay, or metabolize.
So
Tiêu hóa.
I had a food poisoning.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Now, we've been talking about the time that you were ill, yeah? So now it's time to move on to some questions related to this topic, okay?
Okay.
So, let's talk about people in your country.
Okay.
Do you think that they are healthy in general?
Well, generally, I don't think so. Well, many people have that lifestyle which they endure for a long time, like staying up late or eating junk food and fast food. I think that a lot of people do not do exercise regularly, which causes to some kind of some problem to their muscles, and
Okay, we got medical problems, yeah, or health problems. Could be physical health problems or mental health problems.
they're also physical and mental health.
Okay, so do you have any solution to this problem?
I think a viable solution that can help these people to get better is
That's a good way, a viable solution. Sometimes we say a feasible, an effective solution can be.
that they should do more exercise, have a more balanced diet with green and some fruits more. And
Now, developing ideas better. Exercise, what exercise? Okay, it's a good idea to go to the gym maybe once or twice a week, right? Doing some workout routine is always good for your body and muscles, yeah. Having balanced diet, always eating some greens and vegetables, yeah, to help you lose weight.
another thing is that they should take care of their physical health. Like they should go to the doctors every 3 months at least. So I think that's how people should do to improve their health.
Okay, now because
See? So your idea is often not deep enough. Yeah. It needs to go deeper, be more specific, give you more ideas. Like what does it mean to have a healthy diet? Right? What do you eat? What do you avoid eating? Ah, yeah. Maybe we should avoid eating fast food, like many of the children nowadays. Stop drinking milk tea. Ah, someone is guilty of this.
the fact that many people these days are having some health problems, yeah?
Yeah.
So people have suggested that maybe the health care should be completely free. When they go to the hospital, they don't have to pay money anymore. What do you think about this?
I think that, well, to think about it in many perspectives, I don't think it's a good idea. You
Why?
still have to pay money because the government cannot fulfill your wish to just like, I know
We say it's hard to sustain a system like this, yeah, the healthcare system, if nobody pays anything, right?
that it's important to take care of your citizens' health, but the money, there's no such outcome. Wait, there's no, wait,
Okay, the money is needed for what? So that's when we need to go into the specifics, into the details. Yeah, we say money is needed for paying the doctors, nurses, medical expenses, medical bills, medical equipment. Okay, there's a lot of costs that add up. Yeah, that need to be paid for.
sorry, like, let me
Okay.
think.
What's the outcome? What can happen?
Well, because they don't have enough money for the facilities and medicine,
Right.
some type of treatments requires a lot of money and requires skillful doctors. So
Experienced, skillful doctors. Yeah.
I think that it is important that you also have to pay money. Well, the government can help you like 50% of it, but you still have to pay the rest because they can't.
Ok, một cái idea thì nói câu này đó là có thể ví dụ người nghèo quá thì cho người ta free ha, nhưng mà người giàu thì họ có khả năng thì việc gì phải free cho họ quá. Tức là chúng ta chia câu trả lời từ người nghèo và người nghèo. Đấy. I feel like if you're a poor person or you come from a poor family background, then the medical treatment can be free for you. Okay, but at the same time, I don't see why we should offer free medical services, okay, to people who are rich, right? Because obviously they can pay for it.
Do that to everyone. So if they do that to you and they do that to others, they can be like assumed to be not fair, to be unfair.
Okay. And people argue that sometimes maybe the rich people should pay, poor people shouldn't pay. What do you think about that?
Well, financially, I
It's sensible.
partially agree, but it's still unfair to some people. Like
Đó, ok. Đó, so overall, điểm mạnh của Nguyên là gì? Pronunciation, right? Definitely. Chậm. Ngữ pháp nhìn chung cũng không có sai nhiều ha. Từ vựng nhìn chung cũng khá chính xác, chỉ có phần 3 ấy, đôi khi có một số cái expression nó chưa đạt đúng cái ý mình muốn nói trong đầu ha. Exactly what you want to say in your head. Okay? Thì cái đấy chúng ta cải thiện thêm cái topic về health như là trong gợi ý trong video. Đó, ở trình độ hiện tại thì Nguyên ở mức speaking khoảng 6 đến 6.5. Đấy, nó rất gần với mức 57. Nó chỉ thiếu đó là cái khả năng triển khai ý của mình nó còn thiếu tốt ha, cái câu trả lời đôi khi nó không đi sâu được đấy. Thế nào đấy thì cái đấy chúng ta sẽ cải thiện dần trong khóa học.